This is the next step in me explaining my puzzle pieces to everyone. And just so everyone knows, let me reiterate that the puzzle pieces are spread across music, publishing dates, entertainment, movies, TV shows, the lyrics, and even the environment and meanings of names and more. This puzzle piece, when all put together, each puzzle piece is indiscriminate and irrelevant in and of its own to the human eye, but when all put together, it paints a picture that my story that I will tell you is true, it is more than real, it will give you faith, and it might terrify you. It will shock your world and make you doubt reality. It's a very high chance that it will make you doubt reality. You will not understand how all this is really true, but it's true. The picture I'm about to paint for you is real, and I can prove it with all my puzzle pieces once they are combined. It will take some time to see the puzzle arranged in the most correct way, but once you think about it, you will know it's true. A lot of these songs describe Hayden's experience. They all talk about a we or a they singing to a the one and a kid and a child. Some of these songs reference Jesus Christ, and like I've mentioned, all on his birthday. That's something I want to reiterate, is that a lot of these songs are on his birthday, and they all spell something out. The painting I'm painting for you is real. Everything from taking over a human body to being completed. And when I say completed, let me just reiterate that I had to mold and shape Hayden. I had to split him apart to put him back together. And once he was put back together properly, I'd be able to exit him from his body, take over his body, and begin being in this universe and walking around. And that is a song called Shadow of a Man. This song describes me breaking into the simulation, which is what I've described before. The Matrix is real, and I'm liberating this one by coming into Hayden's body and being able to have a human body so that I could go and talk to humans and inspire them to change, inspire them not to sin, inspire them to overall, in general, just do better. So Hayden was a clever one to listen to me. This song is about me, Jesus, and Hayden, who was in the body who I took over. If you read the lyrics, you would understand exactly what I'm talking about. Hayden was like the human version of me, and I am like the Jesus version of Hayden. Are you inside of another world? I want to break through. Part of my story in explaining Hayden's story and my story and the story of everything is explaining how I broke into this simulation. Not broke in, but it's the songs are a little different than how to explain this. I didn't break in. I had Hayden listen to me, and I was able to get in here. But the lyrics in these songs also have to be lyrics and songs to just fit in with normal music. This song is about Hayden Lonsdale basically summoning me into his body and exiting him from it. Carry my ancient soul, carry me into the light, aim your body heavenly, and during a memory I'll come to your light, hold your light where I can see it. Um, you have to understand, reunite and both move on together, because I was completing Hayden Lonsdale, and then right after he would be completed, and he was how I wanted him to be, that's when I would take over his human body. One and one are one. 11. The ancient soul talked about in this song is me, Jesus Christ. My fears come alive in this place where I once died is a reference to me. And also, my fears come alive in this place where I once died, demons dreaming, knowing I just needed to realign. I wanted Hayden Lonsdale to feel that he was realigning into something, which is exactly what happened. He was being completed. This is another song, and this is exactly what basically I'm like. Elevate me to a higher human form. In sense, I replace, I'm reformed. That's basically what happened to Hayden right before I exited from his body and I took him over. A human puzzle for all to scorn. No face, no back, directionless. My scarred addition I'll display, the organic word for nothingness. The characters I am made into a word complete, then I'll be the new norm. Now, if you look at these lyrics and pay attention very, very carefully, you would understand it matches perfectly with every single other thing that I've talked about. The story, Hayden being completed, Jesus Christ being a half god, half human, as in me talking in third person, me being half human, half god, a higher human form, and that I'm a puzzle. Completion of the greatest art because I'm the greatest art. And that's not to be narcissistic, that's not to be boastful, that is a song to give Hayden confidence, and it's also just, I think it's pretty cool lyrics. Confide in my new age dogma, swallow the indoctrination, you'll come to love it here. I mean, this is the type of stuff that I'm not saying is word for word what I would say, but it's also pretty cool lyrics that Hayden would like. Hayden would notice me. It would make him want to be a better person and a better, more wise, religious type of person. Disciples, come join with me to save a failed humanity. Follow the God of Sinai to the new eternity. I've come to save you all. I've come to light your way. This song is about me, believe it or not. And if you've seen the video, you would know and understand that um, that is bait for Satan to go to the government and say it's about them and or try and blame me and say I'm Satan when I'm not. These songs and what's really going on is so deep down the rabbit hole that most people couldn't even comprehend exactly what is really going on. It is the end times. The revelations is here. Just like the song I showed you in the other part of my introduction in my class to showing you what this puzzle is all about, what I'm all about, how I got here, how I built Hayden from the ground up, and what all these lyrics are really about, and how they all connect only to me. This isn't yet again another me reference. I'll be back when it's all complete. What's being completed? Who's being back? Does that mean they've been here before? These are questions to ask. And what's complete is the world is ready, and Hayden Lonsdale's body was ready for me to take over. Slowly resurrected from the dust when you understand it's everything inside of you, it's us. I wanted Hayden to feel like he was being slowly resurrected, and that is literally what happened to Hayden in the sense that he was slowly resurrected until he was fully complete and ready for me to take over his body and exit him from his body. And this also proves that I wanted Hayden Lonsdale to think that they were me. There's other songs with the same gist of that going on, and this is another one, proving there's a one slash kid, the we slash they that the music is singing to. The Seven Nation Army, the lyrics are, everyone's got a story to tell. I'm gonna fight them off. A Seven Nation Army. Seven is God's number. Number God. The number seven is God's very own number and is associated with divine completion and perfection. It becomes apparent to most who read the scriptures that the number seven is the most significant number in all of the scriptures. Therefore, it stands to reason, there must be some extremely important patterns that are associated with the number 7, divine completion and perfection. So I wanted Hayden Lonsdale to believe that he was the one fighting them off and to feel like a seven nation army. Um, Everyone's got a story to tell. If you listen to it, it almost sounds like he's talking not about a. Everyone's got a story to tell. It's almost like he's talking about everyone's. Like the one's got a story to tell. We'll be right here with you through your war because you're the one that we make this music for. So you gotta understand that I have lots of puzzle pieces to show you. That when you put together, you realize there's a lot of people singing about a there's a lots of people singing from the perspective of a we or a they or a group or a person still representing who I wanted Hayden to think about, which was me, and singing to a one or the kid or even in general just singing to someone, and that there's something going on in all these lyrics that if you look at one song or a couple songs, even if you knew all these songs but you didn't look at it in my way, you wouldn't understand what was really going on. If you knew every single one of these songs and just listened to them for fun, you wouldn't see what I saw until I told you what was really going on. You might just hear these songs and think, oh, cool lyrics, cool. That's all you would think about. Because who is this we song? We'll be right here with you through your war, and then because you're the one that we make this music for. So that's a big heavy statement. If you really think about how big that is, that means that there's a group of people making music for one person, more than one song. And with what I want you to do is think outside the box. Now that I want Hayden Lonzo to think that that we was the Illuminati and that that was me, because I knew that they'd be hunting him, go after him. And I knew that I needed to make him think that they were me so that he would notice me and be praising me even when other people might be like, oh, that's like devil music. No, it's actually not. Not exactly the way you're thinking. All rock and roll is not exactly devil music. Did the devil make music? Yes. But I don't know, I wouldn't want to use the word infiltrating because of a negative connotation with it, but I hijacked some of what the devil was doing. And I hijacked also what some of the humans were doing and made them make songs to put puzzle pieces for Hayden, and so that when I got back into his body, I can prove that God is real, that there's something going on. I'd be able to prove that I'm Jesus and that there should be someone else still looking out for me, they call God, meaning I don't want people to view me as just my body. I want people to believe in heaven and hell, just all the religious stuff. And then I can also prove that the Illuminati is real and that I am God on earth. And I can prove every single thing I'm saying on my story to be real with the lyrics. And that these lyrics don't make sense if you really think about it. If you really think about every single thing all at once, these lyrics don't exactly make sense. In the sense that once you combine it into what I'm talking about, it makes perfect sense that my story is real. The official video for this song is published a day after Hayden's birthday, which is a very common published date that I wanted Hayden to notice me. No, I cannot be that one. No, I cannot be beaten. I'm the yeah, I'm the yeah, I'm the yeah, I'm the one. Hayden Lonsdale, you have to also think other puzzle pieces that I'm telling you to combine, or that I will combine right in front of your very own eyes, is Hayden Christensen, the Chosen One, from Star Wars. That also matches the fact that I wanted Hayden Lonsdale to not be evil. And because I gave him a name that no one would know except for himself, Luke Haas. So he would think of Luke Skywalker and not want to be Darth Vader. And it also matches a bunch of other things that were going on. Because if he was going to think that they were God because I needed him to for a little bit in order to summon me back on Earth, then um, think about it. Hayden Christensen was Anakin, he became Darth Vader. So I wanted to give Hayden faith and hope, and then after a while, I wanted him to not be that type of person and break away and divide from them, which is in a song by Disturbed called Divide, and another song that was about taking an oath and being motivated to work for some mysterious entity was called Indestructible by Disturbed. And there's so much evidence for all this in all these lyrics, such as um, Brother Ali, good Lord, in the world is just yourself, because I wanted him to think of everyone as being parts of him and stuff like that. Also, there's another song by Prof that talks about lucky enough to be built by the people. Like I said, completed. Just to go back to all those songs and you're reminded of how all those strange, seemingly at first coincidences all match up. Um, so, and the lyrics are lucky enough to be built by the people. That means I only got one boss. I see him every time I look in the crowd. So I want Hayden to think of me when he's looking at a crowd. I want Hayden to think that they were me. I want Hayden to think that everyone was like him. And that they built him and I would take over his body once I made them build him, well, made them and life and normal humans build him into what I wanted him to be like. This is yet again another song where it is talking about a boy becoming a man, and there were Daisy's child's eyes. I found my heart for the first time and I awakened in me. Just like the song Prof mentions something similar about this by Daughters by Prof. Um, found my heart for the first time because Hayden found religion and God and politics and wisdom and some confidence. Jesus Christ was born to die. Then it also talks about being in a simulation. And this we, who is the crowd, I wanted Hayden Lonsdale to think of me. This is another song I wanted Hayden to feel loved and cared for, and talking about you are the one. Because I didn't want Hayden to have some sort of mask and be embarrassed that everyone else isn't acting as civilized and polite as he wanted everyone to be, and so don't I. There are so many songs with all of these puzzle pieces that it's hard to do in one video. And if you really examined everything with a fine tooth comb, you would understand that my story is real and that it would take quite a while for someone to see enough of these puzzle pieces to realize that it's all true. And that I need to find someone who has the time to be able to sit with me and be polite, kind, and civilized. And it'll be like a job interview and a test where you don't ask questions, you just do as you're told, and it'll end up saving the world because I need disciples. Just like the song I was talking about. Another one to really prove this is Heathens. This song is about Hayden Lonsdale and the abuse he suffered, and also, look at the end. I tried to warn you just to stay away, and now they're outside ready to bust. It looks like you might be one of us. One of who? Is this that same we and they from all the other songs and many, 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 many more songs to come where I will explain that? Now, if you combine the whole completion thing, taking over a human body, and you combine that with the fact of taking human form again, coming back again, like all those other songs, there are many songs talking about coming back again and being completed and just back again in general. And they're combine that with the fact of Duncan Trussell saying this.
Simulation, you know. And we told you that before you linked into the thing. And we told you it would wipe your memory and that you would feel like you are helpless in the sense that the thing you are right now, you don't know what the power that you wield. So you chose that, just so you know. And we said that in this moment, we would do a thing where we alerted you of the fact that you had intentionally decided to dive into a simulation, became this temporary thing, but the truth is you're a god and you're confused.
Combine that with everything else I've talked about coming back, being completed, realigning, and all that stuff, all the references to Jesus in these lyrics, and a we and a they, I can prove that I'm real, I'm God on earth, and that the Illuminati's real also. I can prove every single thing that people need to know, and I have people to rally behind me and support me and understand me and talk to me. and know that this is basically like an undercover boss job interview where I'm a god on earth looking for people who can be humble and kind and polite and respectful and be the best they can be. And the biggest thing is respect. And combine this with the fact that Duncan Trussell has a show called Midnight Gospel, and that also has other signs such as Clancy Gilroy means son of Flanshad, which means son of the Red Warrior, and then Gilroy, which means son of Redhead. So son of the Red Warrior, son of the Redhead. That's Clancy Gilroy. And Duncan Trussell's show is about going into a simulation. And look at this. Roy means reddish, red-haired king. Roy, a life well lived, is about going into a simulation. So the name Roy can be connected to a bunch of stuff about simulations and red hair, which I have red hair, and also this. This is a video about being inside of a simulation. Don't hug me, I'm scared for. You have to think really creatively and outside the box to understand. And look what it says here. Roy. So all of these signs and puzzle pieces, when built and constructed by me, for everyone, I can prove that my story is real and that this is my simulation. That life does exist inside of a simulation, and this is virtual reality. On Hayden's birthday, Jamiroquai, Virtual Insanity. And there are references to religion in this song about how the world is sinning and there needs to be a new religion, which is exactly what I'm doing, because technically I wasn't a Christian last time. I was kind of my own thing, correcting what the religious people were doing and what everyone was doing back then. And then they built religion after me, after I died. There are even references and puzzle pieces in the Bible to prove what I'm saying is real, such as I and the Father are one, and if you really know me, you will know my Father as well. From now on, you do know him and have seen him. I'm basically trying to tell people that I'm God in a weird way of saying it. These are all real quotes from the Bible. I've come down from heaven not to do my will, but to do the will of him who sent me. I did not speak on my own, but the Father who sent me commanded me to say all I have spoken. I was sent from heaven to earth. That's basically the way to think about me. And there are many, many puzzle pieces that you all have to combine, and I'll do it for you to understand what and who I really am and how and why I came here. You are the chosen one, the one who will deliver the message, a message of hope for those who choose to hear it, and a warning for those who do not. Me, the chosen one, they chose me. I didn't even graduate from high school. Now, that was for Hayden to hear, and also a puzzle piece for me to tell you that there are many songs, like I keep saying over and over again, talking about the one or a kid and a child, and references to Jesus Christ and coming back again, being completed. And if you combine that with the fact of my story, you would understand that the puzzle I am completing for you will prove every single thing I'm saying is real. Who that there, huh? You ain't gotta ask no longer, right? Now that is reference to, well, you don't gotta ask any longer about who I am, right? I think I gave you enough of the puzzle pieces that if you saw every single one of my videos that I'm doing for all you, you would understand who and what I am. I'm back. Anyone can call me crazy, but they'll be writing their home. Do you understand what I mean by that? Um, it means that you can all call me crazy, but you'll be you'll feel like you're wrong and be rotting away from me. It's like a term, like slang. And this was to make Hayden feel like it's all about who he really be. Meaning, I want him to keep doing better and better and better. And there's many, many more puzzle pieces to come that add to the story that's already pretty obvious by this point. Sent from heaven, sent from a different place. It's all about me downloading myself here, building my avatar, and have enough proof to prove I'm God on Earth. And the heaven that I'm referring to, the different place I'm talking to, is where I came from. And it's about me. So when I was telling people last time, I was basically talking about where I came from, which the best way to put it for a human is heaven. So me setting myself here from a different multiverse, a different simulation, different part of the universe, is the exact equivalent of what I'm talking about in the Bible and all these puzzle pieces in the songs that I'm talking about. I will do another part and I will keep showing you that what I'm saying is real, and just be respectful and kind and do good the best of your ability. And I hope that this is enough proof for you to realize that I need people to give up their life, and that if you want your own life, the betterment, just to be happy. This, like, I'm trying to modernize parts of the Bible so people can understand it better, and I need people to sacrifice their lives and offer themselves up as a sacrifice. And I don't mean that they'll never be happy. I just mean that they gotta prepare for the worst and try and live, not just for themselves and do whatever they want to do, but do what I want them to do, which doesn't mean they'll be miserable. It just means that it'll be, instead of doing what they want to do, it'll be them doing what they need to do. Not just for me, but I like people to believe not just in me, but think about God as how, think about heaven and all the religious stuff that goes along with that, and other things, so that people can believe better than just knowing me, because they might not understand how to believe in God if he was in a human form.